Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how to use indirect fields. Indirect fields is primarily used to select the columns we want, like outright fields. It exactly works the same way like outright fields. It's always a confusion to whether to use indirect fields or outright fields. So in this video, I'll explain when to use indirect and when to use outright. In most of the cases, either you can use indirect or outright fields. If you are comfortable with using outright fields, you can go ahead and use outright fields. So what is the primary difference? The primary difference is the sequence of execution. Indirect fields will be executed first before sort fields, while outright fields will execute after sort fields. I'll show in this diagram. You can see the sequence of execution by the system. Here, this control card, indirect fields, will be executed before sort and sum fields, while outright fields will be executed after sort and sum fields. Since indirect fields is used to select the columns you want, the position of the columns will change. The starting position of column will change. So you have to take utmost care in giving the position in sort fields and sum fields. Okay. Whereas in outright fields, the position of the position of the columns won't vary. Okay, you can directly refer to the input file. While in indirect fields, since the position is changed, you have to make sure sort field should refer to the new position. Let's see with an example. Here in this JCL, we are selecting couple of columns using indirect fields. You can also use outright fields here. In indirect fields, we are selecting two columns, 1, 5, and we are adding a space, then 33, 10, and adding a space at the end. Remember, indirect fields will be executed before sort fields. Okay, this will be executed first and then this. Let's see how. So let's see the file. This is the file. This is the items file where we have item number, description, brand name, quantity, and unit price. Okay, we are going to select two columns, which is item number and brand name. Remember, indirect fields will be executed first and then sort fields. Here we are selecting couple of columns and sequencing based on item code. Okay, let me change this. Okay, so as you are already aware, I'll show the video. Input file will be copied to a work file or a temporary file, and control cards will be applied one by one, and the final output of temporary file will be copied to the output file. Input file and output file will be in -D. They are physical data sets, while the temporary file or a work file will be a virtual file. Okay, so assume this is an input file. So whatever records I showed, I have copied here in this Excel sheet. What will happen? System will copy all this data into a work file. Then apply the control cards one by one. First, let's apply the control card. First control card is indirect fields, 1, 5, a space, 33, 10, and a space at the end. So 1, 5 is item number, 33, 10 is brand name. So 1, 5 is item number, and we have a space, we don't have semicolon, and then we have brand name. So instead of item description, and we are not selecting any more columns. You can see the change in the position. Okay, here item number in the input file and in the work file are in same position. Okay, starting column is 1, while this one has changed, brand name has changed. Here it is 33 column. Okay, it is starting in 33, while here it's in 7th column. 7th column 10 bytes. Okay, suppose if you want to sort, now sort fields will apply. Suppose we want to sort on item number, you can give 1, 5, ch, a. It is going to work. But if you are going to sort on brand name, you are not supposed to give 33, 10, which is the starting portion and length in the input file. You have to give 7, 10. So this is the main challenge you have in indirect fields. Okay, because indirect fields will be executed first before sort fields. The position has changed from 33, 10. From here in the work file, it has come here. First 5 bytes is item number, and we have a space. 6th column is space. From 7th column onwards, we have brand name. Okay, you can see here 1 comma 5. 6th byte is a space from 7th column. Remember, indirect or outright fields will start copying from left hand side onwards. We can also mention the position. Let's execute this JCL and see. First, I'm going to give 1 comma 5, which is the item number. The position of item number has not changed. It is in the same column in input file as well as in work file. Let me submit this. Max is equal to 0. Let me open this file. Here in this file, we have sorted on ascending order of item number. You can see this very clearly. But this is not sorted. See, you can see the change in the position. Suppose if you want to sort on brand name, you can't give 33, 10 by referring to input file. You have to give 7, 10 because indirect fields has executed before sort fields. Okay, and the position has changed. Okay, I'm going to give 7, 10 ch, e. Okay, I'm going to give share here. Even in the next step also share. I'm going to submit this. Now we are going to sort on brand name rather than item number. You can see it is in sorted order. Okay, this is the primary difference. I'll tell you when it will be used. But before that, let's see another JCL. Okay, here we are going to find the columns. Okay, you are going to specify the columns and sequence based on item code. Okay, we need item description. Okay, item description and the unit price. We are going to identify which is the most expensive unit product. Okay, we are going to sort on descending order of unit price. Here 50, 9 denotes unit price. 7, 25 denotes item description. Let me show the file. 7, 25 is the item name, and 50, 9 ZD is unit price. We are going to find which is the most expensive product. Okay, and we are going to sort on descending order of unit price. And we need only 2 columns. Okay, we don't bother about other columns. We are not interested in other columns. We need only item name and we need price in descending order. Okay, first what you have to select the columns whatever you want. I have given 7, 25 a space 50, 9, which is the unit price. Remember, indirect fields, for writing columns in indirect fields, you have to look for column position in input file. Okay, 7, 25 from input file, a space 50, 9 from input file. So we have collected couple of columns, which is item name and unit price. Now we have to sort on descending order of unit price. Remember, unit price is no longer in 50, 9. Okay, it has been copied to a different position. Okay, here we are going to sort on descending order of unit price. The first 25 bytes is occupied by item name, and 26th column is a space. 27th column onwards for 9 bytes we have unit price. So starting position of unit price has been changed from 50 to 27, 9 ZD, D. You can't refer to the input file because indirect fields have executed before sort fields and have interchanged the position. You have selected the columns you want, so the position has changed. I'm going to submit this. Max is equal to 0. Let's see this file. Okay, in this JCL, we have sorted on descending order of unit price to identify which is the most expensive product. Okay, this is how indirect fields work. You can use either indirect fields or outright fields. Okay, but sometimes you have to use indirect fields. Suppose if you want to reformat something before sorting and summing, you have to use indirect fields for sure. Okay, if you want to reformat something. And indirect fields also will be improving the performance when you compare to outright fields. I'll show you how. Let's take an example. Okay, suppose it's take an example of 80 bytes file. So 80 bytes file, one record is 80 bytes. If you have 1 million records, you need 80 million bytes. Okay, suppose we have 3 control cards, indirect fields, sort fields, and sum fields in one JCL. This is one JCL1. Okay, where we use indirect fields. Let's take another JCL, JCL2. Okay, so since indirect fields will be executed before sort fields, okay, suppose we are selecting only the first 10 records, meaning first 10 columns. We are ignoring 70 columns. So we need the first 10 columns into 1 million records, which will be coming to 10 million bytes. So output of indirect will be 10 million bytes. This 10 million bytes will be internally sorted again. Okay, and again the output of this will be 10 million bytes. Suppose you add a space at the end. Okay, or you can retain as 10 million bytes. It's up to you. If you want to retain as 10 million bytes, you can retain. If you want to add a space at the end, it is still going to change to 80 million bytes. But you can see the difference here. The amount of storage required is less. Performance also will be more. If the number of records or number of bytes are less, the speed also will increase. The same output you can get by using outrec fields. But remember, outrec fields will be executed after sort and sum. So sort will be executed first, followed by sum, and finally outrec. So the number of records will not change. Number of bytes requirement will not change. Okay, only at the end we can filter the records. Okay, suppose we want only the first 10 bytes. Okay, only at the end we are going to filter. But you can see the storage requirement. All 80 million bytes will go for sorting. Again, all 80 million bytes will go for summing. And then when you encounter outrec fields, you are going to select first 10 columns. But here the first 10 columns are selected before sorting and summing. Okay, and that's the reason indirect fields will be executing much faster when you have a large file when compared to outrec fields. So wherever you need performance, you can use indirect fields, and wherever you have to sort or prepare the data before sorting and summing, you have to use indirect fields. Hope you understood how to use indirect fields. Thanks for watching this video.